New communities, disciples and apostles, light and shadow in the congregations. Revealed by Jesus Christ from 1884 to 1950. Light and shadow in the congregations of the Revelation. Thus saith the Lord. If my word had been given to all nations, the majority would have rejected it, for vanity, materialism, and the false grandeur of men would not have accepted a doctrine that speaks of spirituality, humility, and brotherhood. The world is not yet prepared to understand love, and not all, therefore, would have been sensitive to my presence in this form. Just as Christ, in that time, sought a hollow of rock to be born as a man, today I found this corner of the earth that was disposed to hear me, and which bears a similarity to the grotto and manger that received the Son of God on that blessed night. The example of this humble people that choose their way without ministers to guide them, and that worship me without ceremonies or symbols, will be a wake-up call to those who sleep their night of centuries. And it shall be a stimulus for the regeneration and purification of many of my children. Under the shade of my doctrine, no throne will be built from which exalted men can dominate the spirits of their brothers. None will be crowned or covered in purple robes to try to occupy the place of the Lord, nor shall there arise confessors to judge, pardon, condemn, and pass sentence on the acts of humanity. Only I can judge a spirit from a just and perfect bench. I may send those who correct, teach, and guide, but I shall not send any to judge and punish. I have sent those who have been shepherds to humanity, but neither lords nor fathers. The only Father of the Spirit is I. I will form in this time a people who are jealous of my law, loving of truth and of charity. This people will be like a mirror in which others may see reflected the errors into which they have fallen. They shall not be the judge of any, but their virtues, works, and dutifulness will touch the spirit of all who cross their path, and will show the path to all who do not comply with my law. When this people are strong and numerous, they will attract to themselves the attention of their fellow men, for the cleanliness of their works and their sincerity of their worship must surprise humanity. Then men will ask, who are these who, without temples, know to pray in this way? Who has taught these multitudes to pray, adoring their God without feeling the need to raise altars for his worship? From where have these travelers and missionaries come, who, like the birds, neither sow, nor reap, nor spin, and yet subsist? And I shall say to them, this people, poor and humble, but jealous of my law, and strong against the passions of the world, have not been prepared by any man. These multitudes that enjoy doing good, who are illuminated by inspiration, and know how to carry to the heart the message of peace and the touch of comfort, have not been taught by teachers or ministers of any cult of earth. For it is true what I tell you, that in this time there does not exist one single man in your world who could teach the worship of God with true spirituality. Truth does not reside in the splendor of rites, nor in wealth or earthly power, but being humble, seeks as its temple the clean, noble, and sincere hearts who love that which is pure. Where are these hearts? I have called many of my children to be given different responsibilities, various missions within this work, and I have given them according to your gifts and advancement. And with all of these, I have formed my people, my new apostolate. To some I have given the work of guides, and so that their work is not arduous and distressing, I have divided the people into congregations. To others I have given the gift of acting as spokesmen, so that they might transmit my inspiration, made human word, to these multitudes that gather to receive this wonder. I have given the privilege of seeing to some, to make them prophets and proclaim through them what is to come. And those who have received the mission of being supporting pillars are those who must help the people in their pilgrimage, and who must be for the guides, as was the Cyrene, Simon of Cyrene, who helped Christ, and helped to carry the cross of their multitudes. Others have been graced with the gift of faculty, and these, as instruments of the spiritual world, have been prepared to transmit its messages, the analysis of my work, and also as possessors of the sacred balm of healing, of comforting the sick, so that, united, they may pour forth charity to the needy by means of healthy spiritual emanations. I have named Golden Scribe he who must print my revelations, teachings and prophecies of this time in the book that I shall leave you. I have given the responsibility of being cornerstones to those who are to stand as examples of firmness, stability, and strength among the people. In these, their word, comfort, and example will be invariable, like rock. Now that this stage of my communication is at its end, I am judging all the chargers and all those chosen to receive such great missions. I am calling them to enter into profound study and to know the results of their works. I accompany all in this hour of meditation. As in all times, many have been called, but few chosen. For I choose only those who are timely in the fulfillment of their missions, and to the rest I give light, so that they may know how to await the time when they too are chosen. How many there are who have only been called without it being time to choose them for a responsibility, and who have taken part among my laborers and disciples without their spirits having had the evolution indispensable to withstand the weight of this cross, nor their understanding the light required to permit the entry of my inspiration. What have many of them done once they were within the ranks of the chosen? They have profaned and poisoned the environment, contaminating others with their evil inclinations, lying, sowing discord, and profiting from my name and the gifts that I have deposited in my disciples. Do not attempt to find out who those individuals are, because you will not succeed. Only I, the divine judge, know who those individuals are, and I tell them through their conscience. Be vigilant and pray, so that you will repent for your mistakes before it is too late. If you repent, I promise you that I will sit you spiritually at my table, and there will be a festival of reconciliation and forgiveness. That is the truth. Not all love my work, even while it is amongst them, nor have all arrived at understanding it. For which reason I can tell you that some are of my work, and others do their own. Those who come to me following from love, love my word, for they know it corrects them without coming to wound them, and points out their defects without shaming them. This makes them persevere in perfecting their practices. Those who, instead of trying to reach that perfection, pursue only adulation, superiority, praise, or a means of living, rather than seeking perfection of the spirit, cannot bear it when my word points out their defects. So they have to create a work distinct from mine, in which they will be free to do their own will. They have not understood that the only thing the entire multitude needs to do in the time that my manifestation lasts is to hear me with the greatest elevation, so that later they can analyze my message. I have said that the time of confusion, of disobedience will arrive, in which the laborer will rise up, saying that my communication through human understanding will not cease. But the moment will come when my word is fulfilled, though man tries to interject to my will. How many errors have been committed by many of those in whom I have confided a responsibility and a gift? How much incomprehension I behold being unleashed among my children after the year 1950. With the lack of understanding and the foolishness of man, they hold back my charity, authority, and grace, and are, therefore, outside the true path of the law, of harmony, and of truth. Once again, Israel will not know itself, tribe from tribe. Once again they will tear and wish to trample the clean and pure law I gave into their hands. Once again, Israel will seek the ancient paths to fall into idolatry and fanaticism. They will look to the sects and enter into confusion and darkness, and they will find satisfaction in the false and florid words given to them by men. The men of the religions and sects, upon seeing that Israel is divided, that Israel does not know itself and is weakened, will seek motives to tear away this priceless jewel, to tear away the ark of this new covenant, and say the next day that they are the true envoys before humanity, and the representatives of my divinity.